Pump. Pump. Ah. I wanna pump. Yeah, pump. 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 I need a pump in the chat, yo. It's time to pump. Pump, pump. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to pump so disgustingly hard. I hope you are prepared, ladies and gentlemen. We've waited for such a long time. So many days. So many projects. So many tokens. So much bullshit. No pump. But now, ladies and gentlemen, now it is time. Welcome to the Ronin Radio, where the pump will initiate in T-5 minutes, motherfuckers. Repost the stream. Let's go. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are giving out a wrong key. Yo, make it done. Make it done. Telling you. Just like chill out a little. You know? Let me just give you an interlude before the pump begins. Ronin Network is the homestead of crypto gaming. Undeniably. The greatest infrastructure. Undeniably. The greatest data collection of on-chain gamers in existence. Undeniably produced the crypto game that forged this motherfucking industry into what it is today. Undeniably is undervalued. We are in the cycle of this valued assets as where to head next. This is not our first rodeo. This is not our first rodeo. But what this is episode number 197 of Ronin Radio. Don't ever say we haven't been 10 toes down this whole damn time. And something is different right now. I can identify it. I see it. Can you see it? If you see it, you would let me know by reposting the stream today and posting this all by yourself. There's a share button. You can repost the stream. That's cool. Like, that's actually really fucking good. I like that. But you can click the share button and post it from your account. You can take some clips. You can follow the Ronin Radio social media account. You can go and initiate a pump by yourself. It may not make the whole thing move, motherfucker. It may not, but you will be on board. Today's show, ladies and gentlemen, we actually do have one or two guests coming through. We're going to share this energy that's out here right now because I think this is the turning point. I think this is the moment in which we all get together and think, you know what? The pump is the only answer. The only answer. We sat down on Tuesday with Kagi and had a great show. Kagi wants more. He's fiending to be back here on the Ronin Radio. I'm fiending to have him back too because we had some good conversations, right? So maybe these things will come real. Maybe these things will be true. Right, but since Tuesday, I'm noticing it, bro. I'm noticing it. The muscles are loosening up. You know, the fast twitch muscle fibers are ready. We're running shuttles right now, warming up. But I feel it changed. Something changed here on the Ronin Network. Something changed. And we're going to keep that momentum going. So shout out to everyone that's already in the stream. We will start the stream in about 1 or 2 minutes. So get the fuck ready and repost it. And let's fucking have a good show today. Shout out to everyone in the comments. Of course, the comments will be there the whole show. Your questions, your input, your opinions, and your feedback is truly valuable. So make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you're actually, that's a YouTube thing. If you're on YouTube, bro, yeah, comment below. Or you comment in the live and then comment below in the video as well. Yeah? Anyway, shut up. 2 minutes. We'll start. I need a pump. I need a pump. I need a pump. What do I need? I need a pump. I gotta go back to this. I'm sorry. I need a pump, bro. Just let me get this last little bit of energy in and we start, bro. I will start, bro. Just let me get it. Oh, by the way, I'm on a mission to become one of the biggest crypto live streamers on fucking planet Earth as well. So, you know, that's also where my energy is at right now. So let's get it. Gallo, I see you talking shit. You want to come on the show? Because today, go. The pump is the only answer. Are you ready? Are you steady? Nah, I'm actually too turned up today. It's crazy. I'm gonna start right now. Let's start the show, bro. Start the show. Everyone's here, bro. Everyone is in the building. I'm in the building. Are you in the building? Let me know, bro. Who is here? Shout out to all the people that tune into the Ronin Radio every single week. Rallo is in the building. I'm making a back. Let's fucking go. Dash Red, shout out to you, my brother. Welcome. Mr. Bask is in here building again. Shout out to Mr. Robocop or the Ronky Cop on YouTube. Always here first in the comments. Itonine, bro. Yo, if you might win a prize today, you always come through to the show and seem to win a prize. But listen. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is for you, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Ronin Radio Thursday, man. It's always touches the heartstrings because Thursday is the origin day. This the original Ronin Radio day. So every time Thursday comes around, my balls start tingling and my Ronin starts turning up. So today I'm here with all the energy, as you have noticed from the intro. But it's because I swear on everything there is a change. Maybe it's the ETH euphoria that's happening right now. Maybe it's something else, bro. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. But by the end of today's show, we should be able to put our fingers on multiple fucking things as to why the pump is the only answer. We are going to talk about, the things that have happened over the last few days as well. We'll keep you informed. This is your link to the Ronin ecosystem after all. But I'm very, very confident on a lot of the things that are going down right now on Ronin. You know, we've got Fishing Frenzy are making tons of headway with their community clash going on right now. They're actually supporting a creator program, which I've had input in, like talking with the team. I swear they might crack the G code for creator programs, maybe. So some good stuff that's going on right now in their camp. The Ronky rice farming, bro. The biggest bag we fumbled was not pumping the shit out of Ronky when it was here. But that blue motherfucking monkey, has every capability and all the capacity to make a return. So Ronky rice farming might be fucking very soon. Other games like Party Icons are doing stuff right now with their CB3. Runes is coming to Ronin, which is a TCG game. Got other stuff going on. And Runiverse as well, the PvP tournament mode starts soon. So gaming-wise, shit is actually happening. And on the horizon, we've got Fableborn on its way, bro. They're posting like they're about to drop something like Monday. That's not like true alpha, but that's just how I'm feeling. Feel like that's going to go down. And of course, Cambria is coming with their new season pretty damn soon. And I feel like the demand for that is going to be massive. So if you're not excited for the next few months, even if it's not like, oh, none of those games, bro, just the next few weeks, this industry is going to start doing stuff. Movement is here. People are returning, right? And I can see it across a broader crypto Twitter space, not just in Ronin. But I genuinely think the moves that Ronin will make over these next few weeks, we're going to get that Ronin V2 that Psychout was talking about. I really think that we could have a serious sentiment shift. And it starts with you lot. It starts with me. It starts with you. It starts with us, you know? So without further ado, let's get the fuck in today's show. The boy is out here in a trackie, bro. I love it. Let's go, my fucking brother. Demon.
Bro, we're all here for that UK Joe rap today, eh?
No. That was OG Chief Keef, bro. Like OG, like that song was done live on a microphone with an orchestra behind it at one point, and it's a culture historical timepiece. Should be in a museum, but it pumps me up, bro. I needed it. You can see where energy's at, bro, but I'd like to elaborate as to why the energy is that way. But how are you doing first, my friend? Are you okay?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. I mean, it's all every day I get to wake up, you know, and drink some coffee, see my family is a blessing. That's all that matters to me, you know.
Beautiful.
So
it's true.
I'm feeling very grateful today. I'm grateful to be here, and I'm loving your energy. You know, it's infectious. So that plus my first coffee of the day, I think we're gonna have a cook on our hands, man.
Okay. Well, we're gonna bring some pals through today's show. I think, to be honest, leaning more into, you know, the community and bringing people through now that people are starting to come out of their rabbit holes. I still think the whales are a bit AFK. Like, granted, you know, if I was a fucking whale at some point over the last 2 years, even, you know, I might be
whales,
not be feeling. Well,
speaking of whales, we found Coco, right? He made his first ever message in like 4 months. I think it was 4 months.
It was in the Discord, right?
Yeah. He responded to someone talking about $1 Ron, and he said $10.
Yes.
So, yeah. I think that's.
I remember everyone it was like Coco will return at $1 Ron. And he responded to that by saying, no, I'll return at $10 Ron. You see what I'm saying? The pump is the only answer. We need Coco back, bro. I can't believe, don't ever, like, we cannot disrespect the legend that is Coco. We need him back. We need him firing on all pistons. We need him to feel that motion again. So to see him back in the Discord, though, means he's checking on something. You know what I mean? He's checking his devices. So what else is he checking? I don't know. Do you reckon he's checking his Ronin profile? Does he have a Ronin profile? That's one of the things we're going to look at today. I'm going to actually make mine. I've been slacking, haven't made it. So I'm going to make it today and go through the whole experience here on the show. So you're an anti-wallet connector, right? You don't want to do that?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. I know you can go like all, you know, you don't really have to connect your identity and do all that stuff, but then it's not really the whole picture, right? The reason why I just don't like it is just purely security reasons. I don't like putting people in danger for anything, right? It's like, I got a family. I think about my family all the time, right? I always think about, like, as a man, it's your duty to figure out how to keep your family safe. And I don't see like any type of reward or any mechanism that I can like attain risking anything ever, like just and I'm not even a whale, right? I'm just a shrimp. So if I look at all the other whales, if I think from their perspective, it's like, why would they want to do it? Like, it just wouldn't really. I know not everybody's doxxed, but there's always ways around stuff, right? And
to be honest, though, here is where I think, like, aside from that, like, those are slight pain points, right, for a lot of the high quality users, if we deem quality as the volume in which they can influence the network with. The reward system layer probably isn't set out for that layer, right? Like, if you look at it, the way that Ron has been distributed over the last 3 years has been in favor for that layer, right? Echelons, you know, it really has. And this reward layer is going to be a change of distribution. So the allocation to that this lower layer, which is probably the more likely user that will connect their wallet, because there's not as much on the line to risk, is probably something that they're going to do. And Jiho's made a post yesterday actually, and I'll see if I can.
Jiho's made a lot of posts yesterday.
He made
I think he's on fire, bro. Listen,
he's coming back.
I think he heard you. You were like, "Yo," you remember what you said a couple of days ago? I think he heard you, and now he's like, "You know what? These guys are fucking saving me, man. I'm a get back."
He must, yo. Jiho's has the juice like that, bro. Like it's like we're on the front line of war, and you know, in all aspects, it kind of is war out here, bro. Like, and we don't have, you know, our general, you know, and or nobody is carving out the strategy. You know, we're just kind of holding the line. We need our generals, bro, and I'm glad to see it. But the tweet I was talking about, and I love seeing Jiho's like trigger finger on some of the posts. He always has really well thought out posts, so that's the actual like the value case for it, is that if when he goes brr, like them shots are hitting. So but this was the tweet that I saw yesterday. He was talking about the data side of things. So this made me a little bit more bullish on the Ronin profile aspect. Just from this perspective, right? In Web 2, they sell your data. In Web 3, you own your data, your game items, your money, your activity and patterns. These are all digital things that you own. Ronin specializes in giving you ownership of this data and rewarding you for it. Ronin is has the most complete data set on Web3 gamers. This will allow for the most in-depth social graph and the most interesting flywheel when it comes to rewarding missionaries. And it's really the key point that I took away from that was the selling of you, like you're essentially selling your own data, whereas you do it voluntarily, because if anybody read terms and conditions, they understand that they are voluntarily giving a piece of valuable digital information away for a cost to these platforms, right? But this is going to actually start like a totally new application meta, where instead of you being farmed for free, you're agreeing to being farmed in some aspects, right? The data is being given away, and you are allowing for layers of your privacy to be revealed, but that in turn is paying you, not directly the platform as such, right? Because if you thought Instagram, if it was a crypto app and you were to say, okay, like for all the things that you post, if you post about a real place in real life, and that company, you know, is making money from the advertisement that you're doing, right? But that company actually has to split their revenue and distribute it to the people that are posting about it. Like you would go and expose your privacy and say, hi, my name's Twatface and I'm at the Twatface Land Resort and it's amazing. You should come here, right? And then I'd get some money. Like, I feel like that application meta shift is starting to, like, what's it called? Unearth itself, like starting to show some budding signs. This is what we talk about when the sun is shining through. There are, of course, I agree with you. I'm just playing on the two sides of the coin. There's a lot of things that you don't really want to totally reveal, and there are security risks for sure. But that is one of the valuable elements that I see with what is stated to being in the works, right? With this reputation system, etc.
No, I see the reason for it. And I like it, right? The only thing is, like, in order to jumpstart this, we're gonna need one giant winner, right? Because
fuck ton of money first.
Well, that, or like, there's always, you know, people do things, right, in the space. Like, they know how to market stuff with that. Like I said, we need a pump, right? So it's the same thing, right? You launch a profile thing like this. Now we have to find that winner, or the thing that they want to turn into a winner, right? So we just need one where, like, okay, profiles got their whitelist or their allocations and they 10x or 15x. I mean, like, we saw virtuals have that, right? With their little mini run that they had even before this bull run came to be.
Wait, what did virtuals actually get to all-time highs? Let me go check.
Like $4. I think that was back in December, I want to say. maybe even 5, and then it went as low as 40 cents. Okay, that was like the bottom. And
Yeah.
then I remember, I think they did some OTC deal, and they got like new market maker. That shit pumped up to like 50 something cents. And then it just like started to build up there, and then they launched the new system, and then bam, it
Yeah.
just went bananas for a while because everyone was hot on the new, pretty much Ponzonomics, and then
Wait,
now
by the
it's
way,
like kind of chilling.
coin market cap sucks. Shout out to you guys, but nah, I don't like that UI. Crazy, you were right, bro. It literally clipped $5. Fuck me. You know what's
Yeah.
the worst thing about looking at this chart right now as well is I was so heavy in virtuals, like here. Right, and I was doing everything I was doing on virtuals.
And then what
I
happened?
fucking a bag held. A bag held, bro. A bag held from just under $1, bro, back to around here in May. And then I was like, well, I gotta pay for fucking the lights in my house, and had to withdraw the funds. And it's been a recurring thing. Honestly, a part of today's show, we're gonna talk about the goal setting and like how you can actionably plan for the euphoria that may happen, right? Because I've been a very, very terrible planner in the past. And even though, like, yeah, I've fucked up. I've fucked up big time, right? And like, I feel like I've never gone into this process with an actual plan. It's more or less just been like, fuck it, bro. Like, I'm here for the long term anyway. But when you need that bread, you need that bread. So we're going to talk about plans at some point today. I'm going to have a guest to come through and talk about that with us too. But I fumbled this heavy. Back to the actual topic of what we were, talking about though. Yeah, we're going to need that pump, that run up that really captures people's attention. And then obviously the implementation thereafter is going to be important. But I think the Ronin profiles, if we make winners, will be one of the best marketing tools for Ronin ever. It'd be the best marketing tool that we've had. So we have some the chat can't see right now, but the back room backstage is fucking popping off right now. There's a fight breaking out. Security. Bring him on stage.
Yeah, I just want to say, bro, we've been cooking like these past couple weeks. Like it's been heating up, bro. I can see chat start to get on fire. I can see people being like, yo. But the thing is,
that's time, bro.
And Ron hasn't, like, I know the rest of the market's pumping, but Ron isn't quite there yet. It's still doing its thing, It needs its time before it does its thing. But still, I like what I'm seeing so far.
True. I think cycles though, isn't it? It's cycles. Have you seen that image of like the loop of like the bull cycle where it's like the biggest loop, the smaller loop, etc. Like, it takes time. We're on those cycles. And I think if you look at the biggest loop being Bitcoin, right, and the fucking market cap or the volume in that loop, and then you consider the size of the other loops, even like the fucking 5th, 6th, 7th loop in Ronin, is doing madness. Security, sorry, they've stopped fighting. Okay, yep, bring it through on stage. Thanks. Welcome to the show, Pink Roque.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yo, bro. Come on, we got to keep it.
This clowns, bro. You're hiring clowns, bro. Oh my God.
My security's they're on edge right now. They know the pump's coming, right? They're pumping up themselves. They might be on some methamphetamines and things like that. So I'll just excuse them. They're all right.
I just take magnesium, bro. I'm a magnesium.
If this was the UK, right? If we're in the UK today, Rollo is a UK rat.
Yes, I am.
That's what he is.
Yes. Though, Rallo 100% will stab someone today if he's in the UK, bro. He's on that
UK people are literally the weirdest people I have ever met.
You know what's mad? There's a trend going around right now where it's like everyone is distinguishing like British people as like they're not real humans. Like they're like in the comments of like English TikToks right now, people are saying Man, I wish English people were actually real. Like there's like this trend going around. I'm offended by it, but also it is pretty fucking funny. So, but hey, Rallo, what's good, bro?
Listen,
do you agree with the title?
Yes, I watched this fucking Kagi-Jang clip. I think like literally, I think he should be CEO. That's like just hire him.
Oh, here
Like,
we go. We're gonna have a Kagi suck off contest. Okay,
what's
here we go.
okay?
Bring him in. Bring
it,
in the
yeah.
other guy. Let him in
Pull
already.
your trousers
We've
up. Pull your
already got
trousers.
the
Let's
queue.
go.
Come on in. Oh, there we go.
Get
There
it
he is.
in. He's in the building.
Yeah. In reality, I don't want that. I don't want to be sucked off like that. But I appreciate it. I appreciate.
No, right. Listen, Ronald volunteers. Okay, you don't have a choice. Okay.
Yes.
He volunteers.
I volunteer to suck your nana as long as you keep pumping the bag. It's fine.
Yeah. No, it's a tough. We're in a tough market right now. But this is in reality. I think we're also a little bit overreacting in terms of, I mean, the community in general, not us, but I mean like gaming in general. Even in 2021, this shit was like, it was a delayed pump. People think it was at the same time. It was a delayed pump. But we have to get ready for the next pump. You know, basically there's probably going to be, you know, in maybe like a month, it's going to go down a little bit. And then we're going to have like a massive run by maybe November, maybe October. And then that's it. And it's fucking, you know, so we have to be ready for that pump, for that gaming run. They have to do something about it. The gaming industry as a whole, because everybody wants to put the whole eyes on Ronin, but it's everybody. It's literally the gaming industry as a whole. And today, for example, I think Luke was talking about, he was basically taking shots at me, saying that, I
saw this.
About sustainability. And
with Haiti. Yeah, with Haiti.
Yeah.
Haiti is crazy, Rallo. Why do you keep doing this with people's names? But okay.
What do you mean? What?
So I don't know what you guys think
Haiti,
about that.
bro.
Just Haiti.
Is Haiti? It's Heidi, bro. Fuck me.
Heidi. Who fucking calls her Heidi? Kagi? Hello?
Chat. Am I right? Am I wrong? Anyway, no. You both fucking
British.
That's because we're literally.
Yeah.
You're both right.
We're from the same place.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Shout out to the LATAM community, bro. You man are killing it. But I've got the tweet. I'm gonna get it up here. I actually have the video if you want. If you want to sit and view it.
I don't know if you guys. Yeah, if you guys want to like comment on that, because you know I have my thoughts on it. Maybe he's kind of right, kind of. I don't know, but like that's not gonna get us anywhere. This like in my opinion, it's just like my token is bullish. I have the best farming game in the world. That's how you speak. That's how Luca Nets made it. That's how you speak. You go on podcasts and you say, yes, I'm going to build the next Disney. Give me money. I got you. Don't worry. And then you actually execute. Obviously, you still have to execute. But Luke hasn't gone to the top farming streamers, to make them play pixels. There's a bunch of Stardew Valley streamers out there with millions of views. He hasn't done that. He hasn't done that work. So what is he talking about? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, the gorilla could be real. Like if they've got marketing budget, bro, the gorilla could be so fucking real. If you've got streamers that literally their job is to sit there and play these farming games, right? Like pump a little bit of their bag, right? Give them a couple of Ks and say, yo, one day play like play this, or for a week play this, and we'll support you, we'll feature you in the game, or like there's a lot of marketing plays that they could do that too.
Bro, like you go to YouTube and you put Stardew Valley, there's a bunch of streamers out there with I put it here, Stardew Valley beginner's guide, 2.6 million views, 300K subscribers. You think you give them some Web3 money, they're not gonna talk about this game? Stardew Valley's not dropping money on these games, because there's enough content out there that Stardew Valley doesn't have to do any of that. But Pixels is not at that point, right? So, like, if you want to talk about, like, pumping your game, go out there and pump your game, You can talk about all this sustainability stuff all you want, and I think it has value, but you got to couple it with pumping your game, putting it out there. I don't know. I just
Wait,
feel
you know
like...
what? Why don't we start with what triggered all this, right? What was the actual tweet
exactly that
triggered all this? No. It wasn't that. It started yesterday with the CEO of Animoca, right?
Oh yeah,
that's where it all
big
started.
topic alert. Actually, Kagi, you know what? I don't want to glaze you, to be honest, but fucking double salute, because that post is so needed. And I don't follow the Animoca CEO, so I wouldn't never have seen it unless you reposted it or quoted it. But this is a big topic, and we've spoken about this, loosely on the show over the last few months. Not specific and saying like who invested, but we were talking about the investors, the VCs.
I'll send it to you.
Oh, I've got it right here.
Okay, you got it already. Okay, open it up. Yeah, and we got one more guy waiting in the lobby. What the hell is going on?
We're pulling the people's food today, bro. Ronin is uniting. Let's get it.
Yeah,
what's good, Travis?
What's going on? I hope my connection's all right. That's the only thing. So
yes.
if I get choppy,
we're making a little bit of a pivot here, Travis. So sorry if you came into the chaos, but there's some absolute shit we got to talk about.
I caught this quote tweet, so I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about it.
I think first we start with obviously what Robbie Young said. So CEO of Animoca Brands. If you don't know Animoca Brands, probably have invested in every single crypto game that you may have touched. There's a fucking lot of them. And I think that time period of the last bull and post that, there was a ton of VC investments made by them. He said this: I keep seeing a lot of FUD around utility tokens in games, and I feel like people are missing the point. Utility tokens in games are meant to be utilities for those gamers. They're not supposed to be speculative asset class for people taking a break from trading in the markets. The measure of success of a token, it is long-term utility, its ability to strengthen engagement, retention, and help grow the user base. It's not designed to give you a massive financial return. If it does, that's a byproduct of the engagement, retention, and blah, blah, blah. Basically, he's saying gaming tokens are supposed to go to zero. That's kind of what he's saying. Right, and that utility is the utility of the token is supposed to drive engagement, retention, and even help grow the user base. It's the dumbest shit I've seen though, because what gets engagement? Money. What gets retention? Money. And what grows the user base? Opportunity and money. So like, I was reading this thinking, what the fuck are we talking about here? This does not make much sense. Obviously, Kagi, you quote tweeted it with your statement, which is here. But yeah, Theban, you brought it up. So, like, what are you got some spice for it? I know if you're bringing it up.
Of course. I want to let the others go first before I give you my take, because mine's gonna be a one-liner. That's it. So let them cook.
Well, Kagi, how did you originally feel about this? And then we'll push it to other lads as well.
No, look, I actually feel like some of what he's saying is true. Right? That's the thing. Like he's doing like this mixed feelings type of tweet. But in reality, deep inside, what he's saying is like, yo, you guys don't be talking about pumping tokens because that puts pressure on my investments. And then founders are hitting me up if we should change the strategy. And no, I don't want to change the strategy. I like our strategy where we dump our tokens and then the revenue stays with the underlying company, right? So right now, any revenue in most of the games, if they have any at all, it stays within the IP, right? Within the founders and within the people that have equity in those companies. So it is beneficial for them to be able to dump tokens, right? And potentially get some revenue maybe in 5 years if an IP blows up. So imagine if now Pudgy Penguins, which it's not going to happen for Pudgy because they already hit escape velocity, but let's say Pudgy Penguin now was pressured into putting revenue back into the Pudgy token. That wouldn't be good for Animoca Brands. And I think Animoca Brands is invested there because that means that all the toys, everything they're selling, they would have to put it back into the Pudgy tokens. And that means that Animoca Brands would have to hold the Pudgy token to get that value, right? Yeah. Therefore, they can't double dip, right? They can't sell the token because they have to wait for the revenue to enter the token as a security token. So they don't want that.
It breaks their flywheel.
Yeah, it breaks their flywheel. Their flywheel is dump the token at any price, make sure we get as much value as fast as possible in the token. And then let's see if the IP does good. And if it does good and it's the next Disney, we win anyway. So we double win.
Well,
right?
Not only that, they also get vesting, right? So like they have some tokens that come out down the line too. So whatever they get, they're incentivized to dump it right away and then keep dumping as they go and then just like change your average. It doesn't matter as long as it's
which is a weird take, because if anything, you would want your gaming tokens that you're dumping, right, to actually do good anyway. What they don't want is a revenue narrative to come to gaming, because then it will break the flywheel of dumping their tokens. They would have to basically stake their tokens to get some type of revenue share of whatever IP they're investing in, right? So, and that's basically what's happening with hype. That's why people are not dumping hype. They're not dumping hype because they have to hold it to get the revenue value. They're not dumping pump. They're not dumping bunk because they have to hold to get the revenue value. So it creates this holders mentality because they want the revenue value of that buyback or revenue share, right? The revenue share in this case is not actually happening because it creates a security. So the workaround for that is to buy the token and burn it, basically, which is kind of like a revenue share, but more speculative. You know, you don't actually have a tangible, like, oh my God, I made, I don't know, $100,000 out of this token in the last 5 years, you know, or something like that. Basically, you have to hold it. So they don't want that. They want to dump it.
VCs take the wheel. Then we go full bear and it's Jesus take the wheel. And now give us the flywheel, bro. The people take the wheel. You know what I mean? That's the next phase. But yo, I don't know, Travis, Rallo, any of you guys want to chime in on this point? And then Demon, I'm waiting for your one-liner, bro. It better be like special comedy act.
I got you,
mate. You know, anyway. But yeah, Ronky or Travis.
I can't speak about this, basically.
What?
I'm about to sign with Animoca.
They're associated.
I'm associated, so I won't speak
with
about it.
Animoca, so that's why he's not going to speak on it. All right, that's fine.
That's fine. That's cool. That's cool. But that's their strategy. It's okay.
Yeah, it's my strategy. But what I can say is that what Kagi was saying of that dynamic, I think is a bad dynamic for the ecosystem. That I can say. I can't assure if that's happening or not or whatever. But if that dynamic is happening, I don't think it's positive, net positive for sure.
Yeah.
No, I know it's happening because I invested in many tokens in the last, and this is like, you know, and they get even more aggressive with their contracts. You know, I don't have that power to do that, but Animoca gets aggressive, like crazy aggressive. So they take your tokens, they get equity in the company, and they basically now they have like the Mocha chain and the Mochaverse. Which, by the way, the Mochaverse thing, those are the ugliest NFTs I have ever seen in the world. They actually look like a sex trafficking ring. Like you buy the NFT and you're buying some kid or something. Like who's buying this? Who's paying a couple ETH for that Mochaverse? The only there has to be an underlying service, like I don't know, behind that. There has to be like an underlying service, like, oh, I'm buying this NFT and you're chipping some kid into like Jeffrey Epstein Island or some shit like that.
All right, we're going a little too far over here. Okay,
that's what I feel about them.
Trevor, tell us what you think first. Okay, let's stay on track.
I love it that I'm like, listen, guys, I can't talk about it, and then Kagi's like, oh yeah, Jeffrey Epstein.
Rallo's on the Epstein list, bro. That's what it is. Fuck, how do we get here? But I mean, yeah, you could be onto a track.
Wait, I need to tell my daughter to get out of here. It's not safe.
Yeah, it's definitely not safe.
It's not a safe environment.
Mochaverse is definitely not safe.
Okay, hang on. Okay, go ahead, Travis. Please. Let's get back on track. Oh, come on, Rob.
I mean, maybe. Okay, sorry.
I mean, they're ugly, bro. They're ugly. All right. It's fine. It's fine. Let's move on. It was a joke. It was like a hardcore joke. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I got choppy a little bit for me, but I think I'm all back. But I think you guys covered it mostly. It is that buyback, like money flowing back into the system. The thing is, what he's right about is that the token should be used for its utility. The problem is everybody speculates on everything. Even if it is used on its utility, you can speculate on that. So like there's no, he's trying to tone down speculation, but it's unavoidable. Even in Web2 games, there's money involved in speculation. So in that sense, like I see he's trying to lower expectations, but the reality of it is like everybody's going to make bets on everybody's like trying to be 2-3 months ahead of reality. So there's no avoiding that. But I think you guys covered. I'm kind of in line with you. I mean, I won't go as far as some of the points, but I do think it's a little off.
But didn't like Axie/Ronin did the same thing basically, like back in the day. Like we were used to being only winners, and then this whole narrative of no, this is like we're trying to make SLP deflationary and sustainable and all this shit.
Yeah, and then we all but that was the first time around that this ever happened. So everybody was thinking like, bro, maybe we can like actually manage this and make it a sustainable economy. But then over time, everybody realized like, hey, wait a second. Actually, SLP was driven mostly by speculation. There were speculators on Twitter that they only traded the SLP token. These people didn't care about the next update. They didn't know what was going on in Axie. They were putting millions of dollars in Binance. Most of the token action in SLP did not come from breeders. That's what people think. It didn't. It came from speculators on Binance that did not know what Axie even was necessarily.
I was one of those actually.
There you go. So what does that mean? That means that there's appetite in the market. There's always going to be appetite to speculate. Actually, I just tweeted it recently. If you take any meme coin, you could put Doge and you could put it and replace it with SLP. It's basically the same thing. It's just a fun way to earn a meme coin. That's what Axie really was. A fun way to earn a meme coin with a narrative. That's it. It's that simple. And there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, I think it's even more fun. It's like, bro, I'm playing this game. I'm actually competing in this game. And then on top of that, I'm earning this meme coin that if I want, I can use it for utility or just speculate on it or just fucking dump it. So if you create that kind of environment, it's fine. Let people speculate. But this kind of like toning it down, I don't agree with that, bro. Like, why are you trying to tone it down, bro? Yeah. We came here to make money. Are you fucking serious? Are you the only one that is allowed to make money and dump at any price that you want because you have millions of dollars? No. That's not gonna be the narrative. I'm not gonna let that narrative, win over the market. It's not gonna happen. I'll go to war with them. I don't give a fuck if they have $500 million. They can suck my left one and my right one.
Two-tone. All right. I'm with it. I like it, bro. Spicy episode today. Yo, shout out to everyone that's in the comments. I've seen some of you guys agreeing and disagreeing. Let us know your thoughts as well. And we'll be able to address them throughout the show. But we're talking about, we talk about SLP there. You talk about, the thing is, bro, the whole success narrative of this industry was built upon speculation anyway. So any narrative that kills the ownership or the understanding thereof that there is going to be speculation is pretty dog shit.
Put the tweet back up.
You want to go back? Okay,
I want to read it. I want to read something on it.
Dissect it. Go.
I went to a different tweet, so you have to bear with.
Put it back up. Yeah,
and we'll get there.
I got you. I'll tell you, it's very simple. This to me is very simple, and chime right into what Kagi was talking about SLP too, which is very interesting because the more you think about it, it makes a whole lot of sense, right? Okay, so the thing I want to highlight is utility tokens in games are meant to be utility for those gamers. Okay, just that alone, right? That line alone. I start thinking, and yesterday when I read this, I was like, I get what he's doing, right? He has to obviously protect his company and like everything that's going on. He has his own view of things, right? Whether he thinks what they're doing is right or wrong, it doesn't really matter. In their eyes, it's right. That's what it is. But when you say this, you have to always ask. I asked the question, okay, if that's the case, then why does team and why do VCs and private investors need a token then?
Yeah, they don't get an allocation if it's just for
why
gamers.
do 95% of the allocation go to the team then? Why doesn't all 100% go to the community and the gamers? And then if we're going to have an open market, let them decide.
And who's putting the money?
Yeah, it's the safest bet though.
It's not, but it's not the case. The community is not putting the money.
No.
Yeah, but in some cases, yeah. Actually, SLP.
Exactly.
Okay, SLP, yes.
It started like that. You got the Coco, you got the Cloud Whites that went into Uniswap. They put in They put in what's it called?
But
they
it
put
doesn't
links-
work that way anymore, right?
No, it
No
still
one's
does.
putting money.
Of course, yeah, of course it does. Of course it
That's
does.
so funny because
It
if
still
you think
does.
about it, right?
It takes
you're-
time, but it still
you're-
does. Yeah.
You're telling me that the only way that anyone makes money, or these companies or make money, is they create this token, sell it to the people, and then dump on them? That's what you're saying.
Me?
If you're telling me that who puts in the money, right? They need to make money through revenue and other sources. That's okay. But if we're gonna go with this narrative that utility tokens in games are meant to be utility for gamers, then make all the tokens for the gamers.
Yeah, and just earn on fees. You know, you're providing. Let's just say there's no money. You're right. There's no money. You're an investor. You're like, you know what? I'm willing to be the provider of the liquidity. USD, game token. I earn on fees. I don't dump. I don't do any of that. I just provide the liquidity and I take my fees home. That's it. And if you believe in the game so much because you invested in it, right? Then provide the liquidity.
And guess what? SLP didn't have team or VCs or anything dump it. It literally had to be players going in, farming SLP, selling to one another.
It did have dumpers. It did have dumpers.
It had farmers.
But they were farmers. They were gamers. They were the
no. You don't.
They were gamers.
I know what Rallo is saying. He's right. He's right. What he's saying is that the team had the ability to mint SLP, and you wouldn't notice because it was off chain. Okay, correct. That still happens. I don't know I don't know any details of that. I swear to God, but I know like conceptually you can do that. Like
conceptually, right? Yeah. But on the other side, we know for a fact who owns the tokens. You understand? So you can't say that, oh, maybe they did dump SLP, maybe they minted. Okay, I want to believe that they didn't, do something so crazy.
Yeah, let's say they're actually doing the things by the book, right? Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be for the gamers, and SLP, the only way to farm it was in game. Even if you're minting it off chain, you still have to do it in game. Like it's an in-game thing, right? So I get what you're trying to say. I agree on what Rallo was about to say.
yeah. Let's cut it at that. But like what I'm trying to say is, I agree with you, Steven. But we cannot pretend that money flows out of the air. And we're not gonna make the token for gamers. Sure, they don't need the money. Sure, okay. Who's gonna put the money then? What? Just gamers. We don't have money.
No,
we're asking for money every day.
Make money from some other source of revenue. You understand? But not through the actual token.
In every discussion, in everything, there's someone who has more power than the others, right? So you don't have the money. Gamers, we don't have the money. They have the money. So they have the power to make decisions, not you, correct?
Not really, because that's why.
Make a game. Go make a game.
No, wait, bro, wait! Don't attack me. Don't attack me. I agree in certain dynamics, but the gamer versus investor versus even founder. Right now, if the Axie community or even the Ronin community says, "No, we're out of here," if we start a movement. Right, and not only for Ronin Axie, I'm talking about gaming, which is basically what I kind of intended to do, but like kind of like memeing about it. Like, bro, let's not put any money in games anymore. You had Yellow Panther tweet about it too. You had Inspector, another YouTuber, tweeted too. People started getting in line because it makes sense. Like, bro, we have the power. You can have all the money in the world. If we're not playing your game, you're not making any money, my friend. You're making $0. $0. So at the end of the day, whales have the power, right? And the actual players, even if they don't have money, because as soon as they don't have players, they can't do their Ponzi daily active users, whatever the hell, right? So look, I don't think the power dynamics here, one has more power than the other one. I think they have more concentrated power, because the gamers, you would have to like rally them behind to make something happen. So it takes a little bit longer. I do agree on that. But if you put power versus power here, it's like if you don't have gamers, you don't have investors, you don't have whales in your game is gonna die. It's that simple, right? No matter how many millions you have on the other side. So I think they match, I think they match.
Yeah, fair. No, it reminds me of like Ronky moment. Like we had so much power community wise, and like we had like this social thing going on, and it was like, well, there's no money, so then I guess we're dead.
See, that's the thing. You're wrong. You know why? Because Ronke has more market cap than almost all the game. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
There's like
that's because Kagi
games
wants
that have
and
more
Logic
market cap.
wants, right? And they don't dump the 20 million tokens they have. But
that's the whole point of community.
This is
Correct,
what we're talking about. So
correct,
it's
correct.
automatically, you can already see that it has a better outcome. You know?
a better
We're
outcome than what, bro?
Then any of
what?
some of these games that spent millions of dollars selling to people, we buy the top, and then we become bag holders that end up hating everything in this industry, because we are the passionate community members who want to be a part, who stay there, and we become the bag holders.
I mean, it happens in some games that it doesn't happen in other
Underwater. What other games? Every game that runs the same playbook, which is 95% of tokens end up in the hands of the team, ends up the same exact way.
games. So Axie, you mean?
Axie is the only game that's actually up. You know that, right?
Up
Axie is
from
the
what?
only game is up from the time that they've launched their token at whatever price it was,
Brother,
okay, till now.
brother, more than 90% of the community entered in a moment that actually was much higher. You're completely wrong. What do
Doesn't
you
matter.
mean?
What
Yes,
price
it
do they
does.
come out at?
It's talking fundamentally.
Yeah,
it's talking
but
fundamentally.
you get but here's the thing. They give opportunity to people. They got opportunity. You know what they launched at 10 cents, bro. I was there at 10 cents. I have a video at the token at 10 cents. Because you weren't there doesn't mean that that the
I
team
agree.
dumped it. They did.
I'm
But
not saying
wait.
the team dumped.
But Gerardo, the thing is that they're launching a 500 million market cap, bro. 500 million FDB. That's bullshit. This only goes down.
Yes,
if you launch at
that's
30
it.
million,
That is true.
if you launch at 30 million, the team has to wait until it's 500 million to dump with you. You know what I mean? So it's aligned incentives. Now, if you launch at 500 million and then you just go down and down and down and down, you're just like hammering the community. Boom, 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 boom. That's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up. You know what I mean? So it takes the incentives away from teams because they launch so high. It takes incentives away from them, like talking about their token, being passionate. Back in the day, you had to see Psychout and Jihos and Trong on Twitter and Discord. They were grinding for their token to go up because they launched at such a low valuation, right? Now teams are not grinding. They're like, oh yeah, we launched. Hey guys, peace, job party tomorrow. Like, bro, come on, like. You know that
spicy.
I want to hear from Trevor. I want to see what he's got to say. Too, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking a lot about it. I do think that the fair launch of SLP was the big jumper thing that you had to kind of farm the tokens, assuming everything was done correctly. I also think that game companies are also, I think their biggest fear is survival. So that makes them choose a lot of their decisions, as in they tippy toe around everything, and then they'd rather it phase out over 2 years than actually do something with balls that could kind of make or break the company. So yeah, I mean, the problem is everybody trying to pull money out of the pot. And if like what Kegi said, if you're starting very high, then it's a race to who could farm the money out, or get the money out safely. Versus if there's already no money to begin with, closer to, that's why meme coins kind of took off when things start really, really low. Then there's a lot more upside potential. And I think as far as I know with a lot of tokens, gaming and outside of gaming, the team tries to hold a lot of it to kind of manipulate the value. And then they try to either OTC it, or they try to borrow off of it. They try to do some kind of more other DeFi stuff that you can't really see on chain. If I don't know, if a game owns 90% of the token, the liquidity is decent where they can pump it, 10, 20%, then they can get some kind of USDC loan off of it. And as long as the price stays relatively stable, they have kind of money to use. A lot do that until then, it crashes, it liquidates them, then it goes the 90% drop kind of thing. So I know there's a lot of things going on in the background. And I think unfortunately it's not too much to actually do with the game and gaming. So But I mean, kind of what like Kagi was a little alluding to these past couple of days, like it's if you really want to pump, it's a bit of crime season that needs to be activated. Like,
bro, everybody's doing it, bro. That's a problem. We're the only industry. Here's the problem. Here's my problem with all of this.
He's right.
We're the
He's 100% right.
We're the only industry, the only niche in crypto that wants to play that wants to pretend that we're legit. Pretend a pure pretend on the timeline. Sustainability, blah 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 blah, and you got Sui. You got Sui that launched 1 year ago in the top 12, top 15. You think they did that what with sustainability? They had no dApps, bro. They had nothing. The wallet sucked, and they were top 15 in the first 2 months of launching, bro. What do you think that is? That's pure manipulation. That's saying we got money and we're going to be at the top 15 because we want to. That's manipulation. That's not fundamentals.
And sometimes it's like a fake it till you make it kind of thing. It's just if you don't make it, then it explodes on you.
Exactly.
So.
But you got to go all in.
To be fair, the fake it till you make it is basically what's been happening for the last 2 years in every single thing I've almost seen. Everything. Yeah. Like even creators.
You love Kaito. You love Kaito.
Yes, Kaito is my best friend.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. That's the biggest Ponzi. I actually don't have anything against the Ponzi thing. Like in Kaito, what bothers me is this influencers like the big NFT influencers. Like what's his name? The one with the lion. The guy with the lion.
ICOBs.
ICOBs. You see him tweet like, "Oh, Info5 is the future." Like, bro. Like, what are you saying, bro? Like, what are you saying? Like, do
that's
you
my cash cow. Yo, chill. Don't talk about my cash cow.
Do you actually believe this, bro? Like, come on, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? And they pretend like they're like this high level thinkers and shit like that. Like, bro, like relax, man. You know what I mean? Like, relax. Like everybody's.
Well, Kagi, you can't keep pumping the Ponzi if you don't get new buyers to buy in. So if they're making money off of it, that's what they gotta say and do, right?
Fair, but don't take shots at other Ponzi's because they were in gaming, a lot of them, right? And they were like, nah, the gaming sucks and blah blah blah, and it needs to be sustainable. And like, yeah, so you talk about sustainability in gaming, and then you go into AI coins and all this BS coins, but don't talk about sustainability there. No, not there. Mm-hmm. Only in gaming. So it's like, bro, like you know, you either like
another point, but this is kind of like because you're talking about a little bit of sustainability, and I think a lot of the Kaito and like those kind of influences actually come from like Blast Network days, because that's when it was kind of hyped and interesting. I actually think if we're talking sustainability, there's a just general sustainability problem. Like everybody's pulling money from everybody, and specifically everybody's pulling money from ETH. Like I was even thinking, I'm like, yo, if Ronin like stakes all the ETH in their bridge, gets all that ETH, dumps it into Ron can pump up. The thing is, you're pulling from ETH. Like ETH is losing then, right? And that's what all the layer 2s are doing. They're all like, yo, we can farm ETH, put it in our eco. And that's why like ETH was struggling a lot. And the more and more L2s that came, the more people were pulling money out of ETH. So, and then that's just in every ecosystem. Any ecosystem that has staking is pulling money from somewhere. Any ecosystem, like so there's just no, in my opinion, there's not much real revenue anywhere in crypto, and it's kind of just narrative and moving and I don't know, I guess getting investors that don't know what they're doing.
No, there is revenue. Look, there is but let me explain. What there isn't revenue matching FDVs. That's what it is.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, revenue to FDV it's not a par. If it was a par, we wouldn't have this economy here. You know, like, but that happens in the stock market too. Like Uber and Netflix, they're evaluated at 10 years, you know, ROI or whatever, or revenue. You know, that's how they evaluate. So what Netflix is valued today is people speculating their value in 5 years based on their revenue. So it happens everywhere. But here it's like 100x overvaluation. You know, you can make $1 and the company is valued fucking 1,000x more than the revenue that it's making. You know.
But that's why they invest the way that they
So I
are.
agree
Though,
with you, though.
yeah. But when we were having that discussion, one of the main things I was thinking about is like, well, you know, if they were to sidestep and go somewhere else for their revenue models as like VCs or entities that do invest in this industry, like why would you pass up on the initial price? You know what I mean? Like that's just the best multiplier that is physically possible, because the industry is basically ran off of the overevaluation. So the multiplier is always going to be there for them, and you can do more investments at a lower amount because even a few of those multipliers hit, and it's way more than if you would make a solid single investment on something that actually did have revenue but still wouldn't match up to FDV in that way. So your returns are way lower. So that's why we saw the shotgun effect. But I got something to show. I don't know I actually don't know what it is. Maybe chat. We'll cool it down a little bit, but we'll still stay a little caliente. You guys let me know what this is, please. The first person in the chat that gets it, I'm going to give something away. I don't know what the fuck it is yet, but I'm going to give it away. Let me know what this is. First person that gets it in the chat. And if... Rallo, I'm not giving you anything, but okay. Go ahead. What do you mean? That means no participation? Bro, someone said run. I'm dead. Rug the stream.
I don't know. I mean, it looks like every token
Damn,
in the last 4 years.
This is every gaming token since 2024.
Yes.
Yeah.
Almost. You know what it is? This is the playbook that almost all gaming tokens, where they have a bunch of VCs and whatever, like who are looking to take their profits and understand what the sentiment is, are doing, right? They launch at this ridiculous price, right? Like Kagi said earlier, 300 million, 500 million, whatever it may be. Right, and then you tell me, as a player in a game, at what point are you supposed to buy this token? Where do you buy?
Right.
And not get absolutely
bottom left.
You can't see my cursor,
No,
but like
that's before they put the liquidity in. That's the liquidity hasn't started. The liquidity is where the first line comes.
There. That's where you gotta buy.
Yeah,
bro.
this little.
Oh, right. That's like pre-seed round.
Yes.
That's where we're buying. Pre-seed.
Yeah.
I think this looks like guns. It looks like guns, if you ask me. I'm not sure.
Oh,
like
Gun looks actually a lot better than this. Guns
Somebody
look
said
a
Mocha.
lot better than this.
Well, the best answer that I saw was the dollar against Bitcoin. That was the best answer that I saw. So, but nah, spicy combos, lads.
What was
we
it?
are like.
Oh, that one? Oh, I just used the most recent token that launched. I didn't even need to like go deep and find the token. I just used the most recent one, and it was TGT. I just used that.
Okay.
That's Tokyo B. That's the Tokyo B.
That's sad, and that's sad. You said it many times. It's like they have a good game, they can actually generate revenue, and they're not sticking to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's Tokyo Beast, and like it for me, I've seen this over time and time again, guys. They're just farming. They're farming, and then you buy as someone who cares and likes the game. You become a forced community member, and then you just stay underwater till the end of time. Right? We need change. We need something different to happen.
This is what has happened, right? This is what has happened. I'm not saying this is not going to happen anymore, but what we are looking at right ahead of us right now, there has been a sentiment change. Let's get productive. Let's have a conversation about this, because I feel like the energy in the space is starting to shift this week. And honestly, since Kagi's show on Tuesday, like we had a good conversation. We kind of vented outwardly, and then the rest of that evening, Wednesday and today, I've seen a lot of the sentiment change. The ETH sentiment is changing. A lot of people now are just getting on the bandwagon of talking about how ETH actually is going to make it, and etc. So we could say, right, it's fair to say that there is potentially a pump over the horizon somewhere, and the horizon's not too far away.
We're pumping my back.
Thanks,
bro. Can I share something? Can I share something real quick?
Yeah, you can share screen on here.
Yeah,
but the question I'm going to go into, I don't know if this will derail us with whatever you're going to show, Kagi, but how are you guys approaching the speculation or the perspective or the potential pump? Like what is it that you guys are doing to prepare yourselves for that? See if we can help some of the community that are out there that are probably like, I don't know what's going on. Like, it's my first time out here. You know, how are you guys anticipating to attack this camp?
I can share some stuff, like actual valuable stuff. Okay.
Sure.
I just started doing this. Okay. Let me see if I can. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Yeah.
You might have to zoom in a little. It's a little small.
What? Okay. Can you guys see Pionex? No.
No.
Okay. Wait. Let me show you here. This is. I learned it from Ivan on Tech literally today. And I'm gonna go right here. And this is stuff like you can start doing. And this is my first time doing this stuff. Okay. But I think there's value here. Create bots, right? Trading bots. Don't spend a lot of money. This is like, I have $1,000 here, $500 here and this is actually pretty safe. If you understand it, there's tutorials on this. He has tutorials and I started doing it, bro. I'm like, damn, this is a way to actually make some passive money. So that's how I'm approaching. I'm doing like different things in different places and not only focusing on gaming. That's the way I'm going about it. So
yeah. Now there's a couple people right now that are starting to expand outwardly. Leverage trading is becoming more accessible. Leverage trading is a scary environment if you have no fucking clue what you're doing. Absolutely. The DeFi flywheel needs to get going on Ronin specifically. We don't have enough, right?
Okay, the DeFi flywheel, like all it needs is Elrond to be used as collateral. Like that, I think is the biggest potential flywheel because everyone wants to stake their RON, so they're earning passively, so they're not losing out on rewards. But you want to borrow off of it as well. Like that, I think. Okay, so this is like a little side caveat. People have mixed thoughts on MetaLend. The thing is, the one thing they did bring was Elrond collateral. Like you can have, or not Elrond, like staked RON collateral. You can stake your RON and still borrow USD. That's what everybody that was DMing me when issues came or whatever. That's what everybody was doing. That's what whales all wanted to do. That's one of the biggest use cases of Elrond versus just holding staked RON. Because besides that, it's just LPing, but nobody really likes LPing and stuff like that. Like that's a big thing for Ronin that needs to come sooner than later. And on top of that, because I was watching the whole compound governance process going on, we're supposed to get comp rewards as well. Like we're supposed to have comp tokens incentivizing DeFi, not just RON. So that's like tokens from outside the ecosystem come in. Those never came. So I just need to get that out there because I'm like, okay, I've been waiting a long time for this. And because of that, I've actually moved most of my DeFi elsewhere because I'm like, hey, you know what? This is taking too long. I'm doing my shit elsewhere. I expanded to different kind of topics and stuff. And then, then slowly I kind of became a bit of a Bitcoin maxi.
Wait,
that's a different,
do you listen to that? Yeah. I think the plane is landing. Okay.
Yeah, I have a little bit of, I'm patient and all that stuff. And when the stuff comes out, I'll be making videos and doing all that. But that's one of the big factors that need to come in. Like that's the only thing that needs to, for some kind of flywheel to work. Because then RON feels like real money. As soon as you can borrow it, like let's say you have a house or you have these expensive assets that somebody will let you borrow money because you have them. You start valuing these assets and you're like, oh shit, I actually want more and more of this asset so I can borrow more and more. Right. So as soon as Elrond, like staked RON, becomes a real asset, people are like, all right, shit, I'll put 50 grand in this because I can always borrow 20 grand whenever I want. If it goes up, I can borrow 30 grand. If it goes higher, I can borrow 40. Right. You're like, oh shit, let me stockpile this shit. That's also why, again, I've become kind of a Bitcoin maxi because Bitcoin is relatively strong and stable. And now that more and more options to borrow off of it, I just want to stockpile as much as I can. And it's like very liquid. So if I needed to sell, I could sell, but I don't need to sell when its price is going up. I can just borrow off of it. If you could turn Elrond to feel that way, it'll change the mindset of people. But it's can
I jump in? Let me jump into the DeFi thing because that's pretty interesting. And I'm going to say one thing. Number one, yesterday, Saikao talked about DeFi and with Nansen, and the thing and he was pretty straight up about this. I think Saikao actually, when he goes on podcasts, he's a pretty straight up guy, and to be honest, for the most part. And in DeFi, he said, look, the problem with DeFi and bringing it to Ronin right now is that it's going to be hard to bring a big amount of money like other chains. It's going to be pretty hard. It's a hard thing to do. It's not easy to do. What we're working on is bringing a sizable amount that we can start a flywheel with DeFi. So that's a good thing. but you're not gonna see $400 million locked in like in Sui, or Solana or whatever the fuck. So don't expect that. But that gave me some hope because he's actually being straight up and saying, look, we're gonna try to bring a good sizable amount where we can start like a little flywheel, and maybe it grows from there. And I think this is important because people forget. Maybe we're a little bit late to that narrative in Ronin. Not maybe. It is, but it's okay. It is what it is at this point. And I'm going to share this on screen. Let me break this down real quick. So I always talk about my brother here because he's fully on DeFi. But when he started in this project right here called FAR, this is an AVAX project, right? When he started, there was no liquidity in AVAX in 2023. There was just a vision that this project was going to take over DeFi in AVAX, right? There was just a vision. People started believing in that vision. So they started putting their $200, $500, $300. Then a whale came and put $5,000 and $10,000 and $50,000. And then the TVL started growing and growing and growing. And right now it's the number one exchange in AVAX, right? And it's literally paying revenue directly to token holders. And look at this guy talking about his revenue and all the tokens. And this is not liquidity providing, right? This is like straight up to the token holders. This is a VE model. So maybe you have to look into the VE model to kind of understand. So yeah, he's like earning all kinds of tokens, $3,000, I think in a month, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. A nice 3,500 on every slow week. In a week! You understand what's happening? So we need that flywheel to start now, so people start believing in the future of revenue share, right? And then as they start believing, they start bringing money in little by little. And that's really what started the flywheel, honestly, of Axie, of the AXS token, because the white paper had revenue share on the AXS. And that is how Whale started investing in AXS. Like, wait, this token, this gaming, this IP, if it blows up, is going to give me a return on my investment. Oh, yeah, I'm going to buy AXS. Boom, boom, boom. That's really what started the flywheel of AXS. I actually have a video with Enjoy from Axie Chat where he broke it down. We broke it down in 1 hour. He broke it down to me like, this is how it's going to work. This is how much revenue share you're going to get. But that never happened. That's another story. But the point is that we need to start that conversation in Ronin. We need something to look forward to in revenue share.
Okay, so here's an interesting question about it. So why would it happen? Why did it never happen? That thing that you were talking about. Why?
Oh well, the $600 million hack. Yeah, the $600 million hack. And they were the first one to innovate on this. Like people forget this shit. Like 2020, like it was Uniswap that innovated in this, and they haven't done it yet. So if you want a reference to a project that exists today with revenue share, it's Uniswap, and they haven't distributed revenue yet because it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do. People think like, oh yeah, just turn on revenue share and boom, and just do it. It's not that easy. Like there's regulation, there's stuff like you got to give them a break too there. But then on top of that, the $600 million hack. Maybe they should have been a little bit quicker with this. I don't fucking know, but they were also the first one to do it. So I don't know. I'm gonna pass on that.
So my point on my question is, how do we break that barrier? Because I think a lot of people with a lot of money are gonna be like, why would I put my money here if, like, the people who put their money back then, they didn't get this so-called, you know what I mean? So it's like we should like remove that sentiment in some way.
Let me share a little bit here. I think, and this is not in Ronin specifically, but I think it's a start of the conversation, at least in gaming. This game right here said, the Backwoods leave innovative. Well, I said that, but anyway, let me just say what they're doing. So they're releasing their token. They're only supposedly getting 1%. Obviously, you know how that goes. There's like ecosystem fund or whatever the hell. I don't believe in any of that. But let's just say for the purpose of the conversation, let's say they're only getting 1%. Right? They're only getting 1%. Players spend in game. Revenue flows in. 50% buybacks leave. 50% going to development. They're being straight up. 50% of the revenue goes to us so we can keep developing, and then 50% goes to buyback leave. Now, is the revenue going to be substantial Probably not, but little by little, you start changing the conversation. Different projects start saying, "Hey, let's try this revenue thing. This thing kind of makes sense, to give back to the token holders." And if this IP blows up like a Pudgy Penguin, which I'm not sure it will, but I'm just saying, if it does, and you believe in this IP, you're like, "Fuck, my leaf is gonna be worth a lot of fucking money." 50%. Imagine 50% of everything that Pudgy is doing into the Pudgy token, right? That's what we're looking at potentially towards the future. Maybe it changes the conversation, but little by little, I'm seeing some changes. So that's good. That's where I'm at with this.
The one thing I want to point out though about like gaming companies being dependent on revenue and transaction fees as revenues or trading, the thing is it incentivizes them to make the players trade a lot. Like if Axie was fully dependent on that, do you know how many nerfs and buffs they would do every single season just so you have to sell your Axies, buy your Axies? They're like, hey, shit, that's how we make money. Because look, I have a small NFT project, Fortune Ronin. You're holding the ticket and you get free staking rewards. We only get paid when people sell the ticket, but we actually have a hodl community because you just hold the ticket and you win. There's no point in you selling it. So our revenue just flatlined. I mean, it's a community project anyway, so we weren't trying to make big money. We were just trying to have fun. But if we really want to make money, we'd have to be like, now number tickets, this get twice as much. Now these ones get this. Oh, your favorite number, get to make people sell and buy it. Then we can make money. So
gamify on top of gamify. It's like,
and then it's just like, okay. And then is that even enough to kind of run a company and all that? I mean, it's a bit of a
all
mess
fairness, in the real world, that's what people do, right? They always have to come up with new marketing strategies and new ways to do stuff. I mean,
and then technology does that as well.
We have like
Apple
NBA finals,
stuff,
right? All the restaurants are competing for like how they're gonna get all their customers in. So they'll tell you, "Oh, we'll give you a free pint," like here and there, and like it's the same thing. It's in my opinion, I think those things are very good. I think it keeps teams competitive and hungry all the time to do things. If you tell me that every season I have to buy new Axies, but I know it's a real community driven economy, and then like on the game side, they're building something that's like constantly fun and like there's a lot of changes happening that you have to adapt to, I'm all for it. Then your skill comes into effect, right? Like we say there's no such thing as free lunch, but at the same time we don't want to feel like there's this big thing, black hole just sucking everything in, and then eventually
getting
we just
farmed,
don't believe
basically.
it anymore.
Getting
exactly.
That's a good point, because then if
agree.
you're buying every season, then you're committing money to potentially win, right? Which is kind of like how most things work. Like the pool of money kind of gets formed, but then that's counter their thought of like, everybody can play Web3 games. It's open, like come play to earn kind of. So there would be countering versus like competitive gaming versus everyone can game.
Not really competitive gaming, but more like just like everything in life, you need a certain level of skill. It's just masked, right? Like I mean, even InfoFi, it's a skill-based environment.
Yeah,
people
we spoke with Star Platinum last night, and
people just go and think that they can tweet something and they're gonna make money. That's not how it works. You need to understand the metas and all those things, but it's masked, right? Like anyone you tell in the real world, they're not gonna believe it's some skill-based thing, but it is.
It is a skill-based thing. Yeah, it is. That's probably why I'm mad about InfoFi. It's lack of skills.
Wait till it comes on YouTube. Wait till it comes on YouTube. You're gonna change. You're like, oh, this is the best thing. Gaming, YouTube. Airdrop and give it to my community. InfoFi to the moon.
Cat banana.
So YouTube already has that. YouTube pays for that, but you have to put in. You have to put in work
as well. That's InfoFi from in-house. So, but this is incentivizing specific topics. So that's a problem. And Twitter, for the most part, also kind of has that InfoFi vibes where people start talking about war. They start talking about like negative things so that they can get more views. And then
look at Mario Norfell. Mario Norfell, like the most broad topic cover on the fucking planet Earth, bro. Like,
I had Mario Norfell, bro. He made me lose so much money, bro, with meme coins. Like, fuck this.
The geezer came up from crypto, and now he talks about everything under the fucking sun. But he's probably making serious bread from the monetization of that. So
last time he invited me, I told him like, look, Now you got to start paying me, because I started doing it for free for a few times. Getting on his thing. I'm like, look, you got to cut me. You got to cut me in on the podcast with all these games that you're promoting. After that, never again hit me up.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Fun fact about Mario Nofal: he contacted Ronki. You guys know that stuff?
But
Really?
Yeah, he said, "Okay, you guys want me to share Ronki? Give me 50 million tokens." That's what he said.
they must have been on a
15.
slow month. They must have been on a slow.
Only 15?
50 million tokens. That's what he
Oh,
said.
50.
That's stupid. No,
Yeah.
that's the stupidest thing ever.
I was gonna say they must have been on a slow month because they DM'd me about coming on for my Virtuals Joker project, which was like straight a joke. So it must have been a slow month for them at that point. Like
You should have gone, bro.
No. They had the interpretation of what it was completely wrong, and again, there was no check.
So, Rallo, what are you doing? My bad, bro. I'm taking over Gila's podcast here real quick. That's why I don't like coming here, because I take over Gila.
No, we need the fucking pump energy right now. We need it.
Rallo, what are you doing? What are you doing in the bull market? I'm actually interested, bro. So you going into Animoca?
I'm actually not hired by Animoca. I'm hired by Anichess, which is basically branded by Animoca. Thank you.
I like Anichess, yeah.
Yeah, Anichess is cool. I'm doing game design and growth in there. I just started like a week ago, and it's been a blessing. Like, it's the best job I've ever had, and I'm really grateful. Actually, Steven helped me a lot with that as well. Not to get to the job actually, but like helping me, like, okay, giving me some ideas. So I'm like, at this moment in time, I feel the most appreciated that I've ever been in like 5 or 6 years. That kind of pisses me off, because I feel like I could have done so much for Ronin, if you ask me. But it's the way it is. And
everybody feels the same way, bro. It's it's like a love and hate relationship at this point.
Yeah. But I'm still here, right? And I'm still in Ronki chat. So that's why I feel I'm still bullish on Ronin. It's like if I wasn't bullish on Ronin, I wouldn't be in Ronki chat. I wouldn't be chatting in the Ronin chat. So I feel like there's still something very important for Ronin going on. It's just I'm not sure how to break that barrier and like boom, move forward. I think pump is the way. I'm with you on that. Like 100%, but I'm just Ronki. Like, probably I don't know shit about anything. So
no, you're right. But Ronki, they had an opportunity with Ronki.
Bro,
like I left Ronki.
So
I literally left.
We spoke, bro. Back. Even Nick's was tweeting about it today, bro.
I know, bro.
I left Ronki because Go ahead, Guillermo, my bad.
No, I'm just saying Nick's was tweeting about it today. I said it's the biggest fumble that we've probably done.
Yeah, Kagi answered. He said, put your money, right? Or just shut up, basically. That's what he said.
I mean, it could have been the Pengu.
It wasn't shut up. It wasn't shut up.
You basically said, like, bro, you either put your money or like it's whatever.
Oh yeah, bring it back. If Sky Mavis is gonna put the money, because the thing is that there's only so much that we can push forward, right? There's only so much. We need that backup. And we're doing it for Ronin. That's the crazy part. We're doing it for Ronin. Like, this was gonna hypercharge Ronin to the next level. To be honest, I truly believe that. I truly believe that if they would have fucking like send that shit, okay, boom, fuck you, everybody, and just like listed it on Binance, listed it on everywhere. Put their money there. The problem is that the other people will be jealous or whatever the hell. But like, bro, you have to make moves sometimes.
Yeah. No, it would have supercharged. It would have made winners, and I think winners act differently as well. And like, your best form of marketing is real people winning. Like, if you look at ICO Beast, when we was talking about it earlier, the guy made fucking $1 million from Kite. So of course, InfoFi is the fucking future, right? So like, it's part and parcel. We'd missed the boat on it, but I don't think there's not a recovery.
I mean, make your community rich, and they'll never leave.
Correct.
But yeah, I got a cut in like 2 minutes, so I'm gonna give like one, I guess, closing statement. I also think that we're gonna go through some crazy bullish arc like coming soon for a lot of things all across the network. So kind of just ride some kind of wave. And it's gonna come, and it's gonna come quick. You're gonna get super euphoric. People are gonna be like super cycle forever. We're going to whatever prices, which is good because it needs to be said. People need to believe it for money to flow in. But my one key thing is like, try to leave the cycle with something, man. Like leave with something. Because I don't know
Have
how
a
long
goal.
all of us are here. I mean, I had a bag first cycle, and then I pretty much lost it all, like buying some crazy shit.
We all did.
Yeah. So just when this cycle comes, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. But like, leave with something, because it's gonna feel terrible. I mean, I'm sure you guys got a glimpse of it when like Ron was at $4. I'm sure a lot of us had like pretty nice bags, like money wise, and we're like, oh
Biggest
yeah,
fumble
this
of
is
my
nice.
life.
And then now, it's like, okay, bags are struggling, right? And the cycles come in. People are like, oh, Bitcoin's great, and you're like, okay, but I don't really have anything. How have I been in this industry for 3, 4, 5, 6 years?
Yeah.
And I got $50 in my portfolio. So when the time comes, when shit pops, like leave with something. That's my one closing statement, and probably pop into another podcast and have it.
Damn,
Guys.
the guys requested everywhere. Worldwide, motherfucker.
Resonate.
Guys. Peace out,
Resonate.
man.
No, much love, Travis, bro. Appreciate you for coming through. Now, seriously though, like when it comes to DeFi as well, Travis is that motherfucking guy. But he's been in Ronin for a long time, so love to see him coming through. It's actually crazy, bro. What he's saying is so true. If I don't have, do you like have Bitcoin? I literally don't have Bitcoin. What the fuck am I doing?
I'm poor, man. I'm just a poor.
I'm poor.
I think Kagi is more rich of us.
I don't have big. I'm not rich, but
shut up.
I don't have big. No,
you have like 20 million Ronki, bro. You're rich.
Yeah.
I sold it all, bro. I sold it all. Like I saw my bag 100K and then fucking went down to 15K, 10K or whatever. I'm like, bro, like I'm trying to help this community, and I'm not getting it. You know the fucking story, but like
I know everything.
It feels like
about
shit.
it.
I don't blame any.
I
don't blame Sky Mavis for my losses or for
You should.
No, I really don't. I made the right decision, right? I saw the bull market coming in. I'm like, look, I'm leaving Ronke. Like in terms of like my bags, I'm not gonna be there. I'm not gonna rally behind Ronke every single day. From time to time, I could talk about it, but like that's it. You gotta learn from your mistakes in the past. I should have left Axie quicker. When I saw the issues that I believed at my core were wrong, I should have left, right? Instead of try to make it better, but that's fine. I did the same thing with Pixels, right? I felt like Pixels wasn't going in the direction that I wanted them to go, right? So I stopped streaming. That's it. And I didn't tell people, hey, leave Pixels. I didn't make a big deal about it or anything like that. Then people started asking me, and then I explained why. But I left Pixels because they weren't going the right direction. And I will do that with every single token and every single game. If at the core, I do not believe that they're going in the right direction that I feel personally, because not everybody is going to feel the same way as me, I will stay quiet and move on. Me tweeting about me leaving Ronke was a courtesy to Ronke. I didn't even dump when I tweeted. I waited for people. Hey, if you guys want to get out because I'm leaving, right? That's fine. Dump now. Nobody dumped. That means that the community is strong. They don't give a fuck about me. Great. That's amazing, actually. That's a strong community. So after that, I went ahead and I sold my bags. So I actually was very ethical about it. I didn't come out of nowhere and bam. I tweeted, waited for like an hour, and then I dumped my bags. Nobody said anything. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's actually maturity from Ronki.
So
matured.
Now, Kagi, so when are you buying back in?
in Ronke?
Yeah.
There has to be a lot of liquidity in Ronin for me to do that.
What the fuck are we talking about, bro? You're only twatted here with a fucking Ronke on your head. You're buying back in, bro.
Because I like the vibes in Ronke. I like them.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, Kagi, I have a question. Do you ever like open the Ronke chat and just read some stuff and like have a laugh and
Yeah. Don't say anything all the time. Yeah.
I do that as well, bro. It's like something I do every day. Yeah, bro.
They're stupid. They're all stupid.
They're so stupid. And I feel that so much. And like, yeah, I think that there's still potential, sadly. I sadly think that there's still potential. Sadly.
Yeah, me too, bro. But,
they're just retarded, bro. And I love them. I just love them.
When Kagi retires, say people on
it's just so stupid.
It's so stupid, bro.
Is it fun? Is it fun or is it bullish, bro? For the retards out here, bro. If you let me know. There's always Ronkies in this chat. Rice's comment is probably one of the most popular comments from today, anyway. But I mean, that's around the corner, Mr. Pink Ronki, right?
Yeah, you could say it. Yeah, right. Rice Farmer Ronki is coming like next tomorrow since the last 1 month. So yeah.
I'll say something about Ronke, man. Look, I
Okay.
never got any handouts from Ronke's or like any payments from Ronke or anything ever. Not once. Like the only thing I ever got was like Coco sent me Ronke 1437. That's literally the only thing I ever got from Ronke.
Amazing gift, by the way.
I've always loved Ronke. But one thing for sure is I refuse to see Ronke die ever. Like I refuse. Like no matter what. Like I'm in the background. I had a call yesterday, and I always have Ronke in mind, no matter what. So I'm working on something. I can't say what it is right now, but I think there's something that could be done that could like help stabilize the Ronke community a bit better. But like I just want to put it out there that like I want to do something. And
Ronke's dead, bro.
Ronke's dream is to die.
I
Listen.
have a feeling it isn't.
if Ronke like pushes to like whatever stupid number and Kagi is out, I literally will feel bad for you, Kagi. Like I'm not.
You don't have to feel bad for me. I mean, I went into some tokens very early, and apart from Ronin and Ronke, and I'm doing pretty good. You know,
Okay,
I'm doing
okay,
pretty
okay.
good. I'm
Okay, great.
Look, I don't mind not being part of things that blow up. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
What I'm not okay with is at the moment that I'm talking about it, right? Not having the bag. That's fucking like, damn, bro, that bothers me. But if I'm not talking about it and I actually said I'm leaving, I'm okay. Like, bro, like fucking send that. Hell yeah. Like, yo, let it fucking succeed. That's good for Ronke. I want that to happen. That was my dream for Ronke to become elite. The elite dumbasses of the network.
Bro, I'm still putting money in like not buying Ronke, but like I'm trying to pay like a little, I don't know, $50 or a little booster to like artists to do Ronke work. I'm retarded, you know. I just love Ronke so much.
At the end of the day, they have to pump the bags. That's really that simple.
Yeah, that's the only.
It's really that simple.
Only way.
I stabilize all
comes
this
from here,
sustainability from yeah. Look,
No.
sustainability talk. You either pump or you don't.
We said a bunch this whole show, man. It's been high energy, spicy as fuck. But the pump must happen. All right, the pump will happen.
How do you think it will happen, Gila?
I'm not sure it will.
We're not leaving yet. I like this show too much.
Yes, me too.
How do we think
yeah,
the pump
grab
will
another
happen?
sativa, Gila. You're dumping.
No. How the pump will happen? All right. Essentially, like we're gonna get a like automatic rifle of announcements at some stage towards the end of the summer. Certain experiences will align with that too, and then distributions will change, and in alignment with that, I think TradFi will be in there, and the narrative where start storing some funds here will start to sharpen. People will be back because of the experience element, and people will be talking about it. The buzz will return, and slowly and surely money will be flowing in for that, for the actual DeFi elements as well on Ronin, and it starts to expand. I think we multiply in volume based on what is here right now and what it's here for. There'll be more avenues for it to be here. So I think the pump comes towards, I don't know, no financial advice. End of summer though, I think we get a bunch of announcements that answer a lot of questions, and not fucking all of them because that's never the case, but a lot of questions and a lot of the hype that people are like waiting to fucking give to this space because it's been very underwhelming for so long will all burst at a sharp period. So like that's how I see it happening, but I couldn't like pinpoint what the announcements will exactly be and what will actually drive people directly to do it. I just think there will be a series of announcements, a series of opportunities. A lot of people will take them, will talk about them, and distribution will change, which will be the trigger for the evidence that things will be better. And there we go from there. So we see it. But don't get it wrong. Like there's going to be so many other opportunities out there as well. And there's the potential for those opportunities taking off first and us bringing liquidity from there, from outside the ecosystem, and opportunities that we should be exploring back into the ecosystem in time if those announcements do have latency or there's a lagging nature to them. Yeah, that's how I see it. But we have to get to the point, right? We have to get to the point where the community feels like they're back in a driver's seat in some aspects, because they're gonna have to be here in full force, and people are gonna have to start believing for real again. So the announcements into the belief, into proof and evidence through distribution, into sustaining experiences that people will want to continue to participate in, and the more money will flow in. So that's how I'm seeing the back end of the summer starting to fall, how it will go here on Ronin.
Can I ask?
But I'm seeing winces, I'm seeing wincing faces. So do you guys agree, disagree?
I just want to ask a question. In this
Go
panel,
ahead.
who has Ron? That's a question.
Bro, I ain't got shit.
Who doesn't?
I had to sell all my Ron to live.
Okay, I guess Gila doesn't.
I don't have Ron. I don't have Ron. I don't have any.
That's good. It's time to buy.
It's time to buy, you think? Okay.
I mean, right now, honestly, like I'm not even like trying to sell you the future of like whatever. Like, if there's a time to buy Ronin, it's now. There's no other time. Like, if you believe in Ronin in any shape, way, whatever, right? We're not talking about comparing Ron to other tokens, right? We're talking about you believe in Ron. If you believe in Ron, the time is now, not when it's $1 or $2. I mean, based on the fact, if you have money. If you don't have money to do it, that's fine.
No, I understand.
You know what I mean? Now is the moment. There's no other moment.
Because
you can't go lower.
Dry powder, bro.
I just bring this up. I just bring this up because I think it's an interesting point. As in, like, in me myself as a community member, the most money I ever made in Ronin was selling my Ron and not not having it in my hand. Whenever I held my Ron, I was losing stupid amount of money. So it's like I just decided, like, I'll just stable my Ron, and like, no offense, and I love Ronin and whatever, but like I'll just stable it because I'm losing money. And then whenever it got to like maybe like 0.4, I bought some, and then it went like a little up and then a little down again or whatever, and I was like, it's just so I wanted to, like, honestly hear you guys on this thing.
Just do whatever helps your mental health at the end of the day, right? I this is what I tell everybody. Like, even if you're down 75%, but like that shit is bogging you down every single day and it's affecting your real life, just get out. Like, this shit of like holding tokens and doing this, it's not for everybody. You gotta do what your tolerance is, right? So if that's the case and you don't want to hold on, that's completely fine. That's at least that's what I think.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, the way I see it, I'm all in the market. I have Ron, I have Sui, I have a bunch of shit. I have some meme coins and
what the fuck is Sui, by the way? What is Sui?
It's like the competition to Solana. I don't believe on it.
Okay, but it's just it makes money and whatever, right? Okay.
Bro, it makes these people have so much fucking money. They're gonna pump that shit to Valhalla, like and beyond. Beyond Valhalla. You know what I mean? So. But the point I'm trying to make is that I'm all in the market, and this is like a little lesson for people. Like, I'm at the point where I'm ready to lose it all, and I'm ready to go back if I have to work a 9 to 5. I'm not a dumb person. So if you have those skills, and you're comfortable with being in the market all in, that's okay. It's okay. Like, just sit in the market. But also, if you're not in the market, that's okay too. You can participate in the economy of a network without being fully on the, you need to have so much Ron. You need to, like, this bullshit. There's different ways to contribute. There's players out there that have nothing, and they contribute every day with, information about a game or whatever. It's fine. I think it's okay. Not everybody's supposed to be a mega holder and shit.
Yeah.
That's.
But aside from that, though, if there was dry powder on the table, bro, I would be buying Ron. Facts. All throughout this whole summer, every fucking week. But it's not the case.
They have us broke out here, yo.
Yeah, it's
literally, bro.
Let me answer the question then. My take on, like, what I think will bring the pumponomics, right? Or I think the easy answer or the quick answer, like Gila, I love you. I love everything that you said, but it's a very idealistic thing,
Yeah. The real one is that Ronin will be the Nintendo of Ethereum. So that's
what you said, like, for me to see all that happening and everything, I can't see it happen within like the next months. It would take a long ass time, take a lot of planning,
years.
a lot of money.
What do you mean months, bro?
I just said I don't see it happening over the next.
Okay. My bad.
Okay. I think, truthfully speaking, like I'm keeping it a buck here. Like if we want to see a lot of inflows and stuff happening, we will need a new project with a new token distribution. But we need one where it's not your standard, aka 20% team, 20% eco, 20% funds, and all that stuff.
I think it's Grand Arena.
We need one that looks like no more than 5% that goes out to any of those other things, and literally everything else to community. And
100%, we will rally so hard behind that. I agree.
Yeah,
I think
like,
it's Grand
but it has to
Arena.
be, and we're talking about a product. I'm not talking about a meme coin, right? I'm talking about a real product, right? It could be literally anything. I don't even know, but like what it has to be. But it could be anything, right? Like Hype was very similar. Hype was like 5% or 6% the foundation. That's literally all it was. Literally
with
everything
aligned
else was, like,
incentives.
with everything else was community, you know? And like the more you contributed and the more volume you created and everything, you got back more, right? And then what those airdroppers did, instead of dumping, they just put it right back into their trading, you know, because they were targeting degens at the end of the day. Forget about Hype for now, right? The thing is, we need something where people want to come in, they want to farm, but they want to farm because they know that there is something to be gained here. Right now, even though there are tokens we are launching and everything, those people who poured in, they're smarter than you think, you know? They're not going to be like, oh, this game looks cool, I'm going to go and farm it. No, they're going to see the tokenomics. They're going to be like, classic. Another, death. Like,
yeah, it has to start from
it.
zero. It has to start from zero, 100% for the community, or 99, like you said, but no like foundation bullshit, like all this. Because, like I said, the one I showed you, ideally is fine. Like leave 50%, their buybacks or whatever. But this foundation things, like, bro, like we're not dumb. Like we know the foundation. You're never gonna give that to the ecosystem or back to the ecosystem. And if you are, you need to lock it in. You need to tweet about it. Here, it's locked for 3 years. No bullshit, right? So yeah, bro. Like I agree with you, and because a lot of these teams are raising so much money. For example, Pirate Nation, right? They raised 33
That blows
million.
my mind.
They raised 30, and it was a good airdrop. I'm gonna give them some slack here. A lot of people made a lot of money. I have some friends out here that I think this guy made like 200K or something out of the airdrop in Pirate Nation. You're muted.
Sorry, the game is the game that Dith created. OX
yeah.
Dith. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they raised $33 million, right? It's like, bro, why do you need more tokens? Like, why do you need to like extract more? Like, you already raised 33 millions, build something from scratch, give it to the players, right? And don't put anything for the team, just a little percentage, make money off the trading fees, make money off the marketplace. Why more? Why like this greediness? 33 million, then fucking 40% for the team, then all the marketplace fees for us, then all the trading fees for us. Like it's just the whole thing, like boom, it's ours. Fuck you guys. It's like, bro, that feels like shit. Like, nah, bro.
You know what, Kagi, though, in all fairness, I will say, like, I won't like blame it all on the team because they want to raise money, and these VCs, like, they only care about tokens. Realistically speaking, they don't actually care. They don't care that they have they own a portion of your company. They don't care, truthfully speaking. Like, they care that they get tokens, and they care how much they can get on TGE, and they look at the potential if they can, have some kind of 2x, 5x, 10x, 20x, 100x, 1000x, whatever it may be. That's all they think about. So teams, they're desperate. They need money. They want to get as much money as they can while they have value, so that they can have the runway to do what they can. So it's a vicious cycle at the end of the day. And the only true way to get out of it is there needs to be someone who's willing to take that risk. And it is a skill issue at the end of the day too, right? Like, to be able to take the risk, you need a lot of fucking skill, and you need to have a lot of confidence in yourself, and you need to put the money where your mouth is, which is fucking hard to do in this world. So
that's what Luca did by buying Pudgy at 2.5 million. That's 2.5 million. That's like, bro, this is my initial investment. So if you're not investing, I'm investing. So fuck you. If you're not investing in my company, I'm investing. I think he was selling the company. I think the number was like 50 million valuation during the bear market. And there's a bunch of VCs that passed on. And some VCs said like, my biggest regret was passing on Pudgy Penguins at such a low valuation, blah, 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 blah. And that's what he did, you know? He fucking launched a meme coin. He fucking rebought tokens from his own money. You need that, bro. We need that, you know? We need teams to believe in their shit, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But it
Yeah.
takes a certain special person to push it the way that he has as well. So, but now put the money where the mouth is. It's the only way that we move forwards. I don't know. I was talking about all the announcements that are going to come out and everything, but yeah, something serious has got to change. It has to be invigorating. It's got to really cause waves. And I get what you're saying with the new application. Part of me thinks, don't think the flywheel is going to be that way at all. I don't know with Grand Arena and stuff, but I think Grand Arena is an application that could catch eyes broadly. And just depending on how that actually works fundamentally, like it will determine if that's a viable contender for that slot.
I have something to say about Grand Arena. I feel like they should like try to communicate better in the sense of what they are building towards.
It's all in-house, right? Yeah.
Not only
not
Discord. Because the only thing I know about Grand Arena is like Grand Arena is going to be amazing. That's the only thing I know, right? But I don't really see anything on Twitter or like developing. If I get under Discord, sure, I can find out about stuff. But like, I feel like they should be more open, like on Twitter and stuff. And I just want to last point on what you guys were saying. I agree with Steven. I agree with Kagi. I think that's the way. I think that's something interesting to think about is maybe some founders, what they are doing to get the money is like, hey, I have this big investment opportunity for you, instead of trying to raise the money through, hey, I have this vision. So then what happens is the VCs are like, hey, I need my money back, or hey, I want my returns now, instead of, hey, how is our vision going? So I think it's not only founders, it's not only VCs, it's the relationship that gets built between the founders and the VCs, and what do the founders expect from VCs? And
the
so
language.
I think that's actually not. I think that's actually affecting the space as well.
But it's not gonna happen. Let's just.
It's not. It's not. Yeah. Correct.
Let's just be honest. This is like, it's amazing. There might be one team out there that might come from the bottom.
I don't really believe it, but
no, from the bottom, yeah. Because for me, Luca did it from the bottom. That's his money. That's coming from the bottom. I bought my shit, and then I sold. Right? I actually did it from the bottom. Right? They started this little thing in some Discord with 50 people, and then now they have a whole network. That's from the bottom, right? They did get some investment from Animoca and a few other investors, but it was little. It was like 1 million, and they managed it pretty well, to be honest, because they used that $2-3 million that they got in 2018 for like 3 years, so they managed pretty well. And like, look, there's going to be some team out there that is going to come from the bottom and it's going to blow the fuck up. Now, I do believe in Fableborn, for example, but I want to see Fableborn do that. Release your token 100% for the community.
Oh, that power token. Yeah, has there been any tokenomics revealed, anything like that? Nothing.
Well, okay, I'll tell you, Kagi. If there's gonna be a team who's gonna do that, it's gonna be a team who people faded. It's not gonna be a team that people believe in. It's gonna be a team where VCs were like, nah, this is not a cook. That's what's gonna cook. Okay. At the end of the day, or when nobody was looking there, someone took a bet, right? That's the one that's gonna cook. This is why, you have to contra yourself in this regard. That's what I think is happening. So if we want to really see, let's look at games who are like, okay, this game is interesting. I like it. Okay, who believes in this? Who are they backing? What are they saying? Are they willing to go out in public and talk shit and be like, nah, you guys are fucking stupid, right? Or are they singing kumbaya to everybody, right? Those are the kind of things nowadays I look at, and I'm still trying to find that gem. I think I have an idea of one or two that could be the case. I like, for example, Cambria. I do like Cambria.
Amazing.
I like Realms, right?
But they
Ronin
don't
Realms that
TG.
never-
They haven't TG'd, right?
No, they
Cambria.
haven't.
Cambria.
Cambria.
No, they haven't. But they've been very open about like understanding ecosystems very well.
Yeah.
I think they're not very noob friendly, but it's okay because I think ecosystem and building that out and like trying to solve that is like the number one priority out of everything. And then like you can fix the other things as you go.
Yeah. All right then, lads. Let the pump commence. Shout out to you guys for coming through. Big shout out to Travis for being here as well.
Yo, I had
All
a
of you
lot
lot
of
that have
fun.
been in the
Thank
comments. Yeah, no, it was good, bro. I like having, you know, as many people through as possible. It gets chaotic, but we get some real good conversation out of it. So I think it's worth it. You know, shout out to everyone that pulled in 1,300 today, bro. Big numbers. And you know where we're gonna be. We'll be back on Tuesday. A lot of these teams are starting to reach out now, like they want to hop up on Ronin Radio and talk about things that are going on. You know, the platform is here to do that, to support the Ronin ecosystem. But hey, don't bring no fucking bullshit.
Hey, bro, but I have one more thing. Can I share, please? One more thing.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, let me share this because
I
I think
promise to not rug. Yeah, this time.
No, don't for real. Like, please,
Yeah.
let me share this because I think there's potential here with what you guys were saying coming from the bottom. And this team right here, Meta Alchemist. I'm sharing the screen.
Oh,
right
I
now.
know that guy. I know that. Guy.
Yeah,
I can't see it.
It's a guy from CDFI, right?
Yeah. CD5.
So he's doing a permissionless launchpad. So if we can see some gaming teams do like go into this launchpads like Kickstarter, no VCs, no anything, right? Like Kickstarter, and say, hey guys, we're raising $150,000. This is our vision for our game. This is what we want to do. We have X product, blah 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 blah. And this is how many tokens we're going to put in the market, 150,000. This amount is going to go for liquidity. And then the community invests in that. Now we're starting another conversation. Now we're starting to see, okay, $150,000 came from the community. And now we can start seeing something different. If we start seeing games launched through launchpads by themselves without any VCs, I think that's potentially the future.
So less token control and like
Yeah, exactly.
cool.
Let's
No,
talk.
it makes the math better though as well, because if you know like the community are in and like your core community are in, you have a piece of the formula that you can I guess prioritize in some form, like in that entry to existence, instead of the opposite where it is, you know, it's pre TGE and it's
Pre-mined,
selected.
basically. Exactly.
Yeah. So fire shit, bro. Listen, yo, shout out to everyone that came through. Big shout out to Kagi and Pink Ronke Rallo for being here. Congratulations, Rallo, as well on NHS for real. Serious on that one. You deserve to be valued in the space in a position of impact. Kagi, you know what it is, the master of the pamp. I don't care. You can come through here and bring all that fucking energy whenever is needed, whenever is necessary. Don't feel like there's a takeover at all, bro. You know what it is. This is a community. So Stephen, I'd say thank you to you, but maybe next show.
Kagi,
Tuesday, though,
honestly,
you're back.
Listen, I honestly want the thing. Can you honestly send me one?
Yeah, but the merch isn't dropping. Every show you've been on here, every
you're
clip that
rugging.
we get.
Stop doing that. It's not.
Everyone wants it, bro.
I want it. I like I'm not trolling. I want it. Oh my god, bro.
How many have you got? How many is in existence?
I was gonna only one. I was going to ship it. The thing is that I talked to Ronin to help me, but let's just cut it right there. You can just rug the show if you want.
Oh my god, bro.
Yo, thank you to everyone that came through today. We appreciate you, man. 1,300 viewers is massive, but this will tell you something right now. With the people that are turning up, with the type of shows that we're having, with the amount of viewers that are coming through, the comments are heating up. The buzz is here, bro. The buzz is absolutely here. Take in what we're talking about. I learn a lot when I'm on a show anyway, because I'm full fucking Ronky half the time. They're talking about Ronky, probably talking about an embodiment of me in some aspects. But I hope you learn something here. I hope you get some new ideas and find some fucking energy to go and take to your timeline. So thank you for pulling through Spin Ronin Radio. We'll catch you next week, and enjoy your fucking weekends, mate. Shout out to you guys. Peace.